Good morning. This is Dylan Jovine from Behind the Markets. Happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, January 22nd. And I hope you guys woke up on the right side of the bed today. I know I sure did. We had a killer webinar yesterday where we talked about the massive opportunity that is likely to come because of Trump's deregulation or regulation light policy with takeovers. And to really emphasize one of the big points that is really important to remember when it comes to the opportunity that we're about to see in takeovers is just how expensive the stock market on a whole is. Right now, I mean, Trump has entered office right now with the most expensive stock market in history. To give you an idea of just how expensive it is, we look at the Schiller PE ratio created by Robert Schiller, the famous and smart Yale University professor. It's the most reliable PE ratio out there because it looks back a decade and takes inflation into account. So it's better than just a standard PE ratio. But when you look at the Schiller ratio, and it's the ratio, the PE ratio that professional investors use, when you look at the Schiller PE ratio, the PE ratio, stocks are now 83% more expensive than when Bill Clinton took office. They're 145% more expensive than when Obama took office. They're actually shockingly 4 times more expensive than when Reagan took office. They're even a third pricier than when Trump took office. And even more concerning, the market is now 50% more expensive than when Herbert Hoover took office. Roaring 20s, 50% more expensive. So we are dealing in, factually, the most expensive stock market in U.S. history. But it's something that you really need to know about. So what do you do when you're faced with the most expensive stock market in history and you want to make money in the most expensive stock market in history? Well, you don't really want to buy an S&P index fund because, again, unless you're thinking 20, 30 years and you're putting in a little bit every month and you're going to go up and down like this over time, that's a great idea for people who don't want to think about the stock market. Believe me, it is. But for people who are actually looking for opportunities in the stock market, what are you going to do? Buy Google, buy Meta, buy Apple? I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous. Those trades are done. The AI trade's basically done. The quantum trade's over. I mean, those trades are kind of over. They're priced already. So where do you look for special opportunities? And we talked about this on our webinar yesterday, which is basically the place to find big opportunity right now are in takeovers. Because the stock market is so expensive, these large companies can use their expensive stock prices to make acquisitions of smaller companies. So high stock prices mean that you have extra currency. And so that's ingredient number 1 for a takeover boom that's going to happen. Ingredient number 2, the Biden administration has been suppressing takeover deals for the past 4 years. They basically just have not allowed many deals to go through. And number 3, corporations are sitting on lots of cash and have been dying to do these takeover deals. So you have a few massive ingredients that really lend themselves to an explosion in takeover deals. Again, you have an expensive stock market, which means that companies are going to be able to buy other companies by using stock, expensive stock, overvalued stock to make these acquisitions. You have the Biden administration suppressing down deals and, of course, pent-up demand for a lot of deals. You have the Trump administration saying, we're going to open up the floodgates from a regulatory perspective. And of course, you have corporations sitting on tons of cash. So there's no doubt this makes a lot of sense. We just released yesterday a list of 3 deals that we think are very likely to happen. One is a company Amazon tried to buy, one's a company NVIDIA tried to buy, and one's a company that held takeover talks with a couple of big pharma giants. And we think that these are right on deck. They're right on the runway, most likely to just take off in the coming days, weeks, and months. So we're very excited about this. I hope you get a copy. Join us at Takeover Targets. I think we're going to deliver the goods this year. Just to give you an idea, the last time we had a takeover environment this rich, this compelling, was in 2018 when Trump was in office again, and we owned takeover after takeover after takeover. 89% on Tesla, 75% on Loxo, 181% on Array. I mean, these all happened within a few months of each other. It just kind of went ballistic. So we invite you to join us. We think we're going to have a lot of fun. And we think we're going to have some great opportunities to make some money. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.